can't do this, Sonic. I'm not brave like you. My gadget got us in this mess, and I lost your map, and we're gonna get tossed into a fire!
Last time we ended with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on a big cliffhanger. The post-credits scene of the movie showed us a hint at the possible return of Dr. Robotnik, with his loyal henchman Agent Stone infiltrating Gun and searching for him. But the big gun of the post-credit scene, if you will, was the apparition of this mysterious Project Shadow black site and the more mysterious character, Shadow the Hedgehog. Nothing was said about him, he didn't speak a word either, but all the secrecy around his origin, the bad mood eyes, and his hint at his speed-powerful nature speak of nothing but trouble. This character, who is essentially a dark version of Sonic, can match him in speed and skills and even surpass him, since he's able to use an ability called Chaos Control with a Chaos Emerald to warp time and space. His apparition in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is a key to the development of a third movie, since it will connect with many complex aspects of the mythology of Sonic's universe. But will he act as an ally or an enemy? He doesn't look very friendly right now, but we'll have to wait and see, since his alliances have changed several times in the source material. Our initial guess is that he will be presented as a new enemy to Sonic and his friends, and then, after some dramatic developments that will require all these power creatures to work as one, he will become an ally, even if a temporary one. Let's try to fill in the gaps by taking a look at Shadow the Hedgehog's origin and the history of his creation, because we are sure that when we get that third part of the trilogy, they will incorporate some of these concepts into it.
I never knew what it meant before.
Something's happening.
We need to begin with Project Shadow, which is, as a matter of fact, the only verbal clue they gave us in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and which involves a big and convoluted piece of history in Sonic's lore. This was basically a top-secret project run by the United Federation as part of the medical research program that had the goal of achieving immortality and finding effective treatment for some incurable diseases. This project was led by Professor Gerald Robotnik, Dr. Eggman's grandfather, and resulted in engineering of two immortal creatures, a first prototype called the Bio-Lizard and the perfected final project Shadow the Hedgehog. Eventually, this project caused the deaths of both Professor Robotnik and his granddaughter Maria, Eggman's cousin. It was finally shut down by the military for being considered too dangerous, or so everybody thought. If we get to see the history of Project Shadow in Sonic 3, maybe we'll see how someone kept the project going in their search for power, or maybe we'll see Eggman discovering his grandfather's steps and attempting to continue his legacy. But how did they manage to create Shadow the Hedgehog anyway? First, we need to tell you about the extraterrestrial race known as the Black Arms.
The Echidna is taking no prisoners today! Sonic has heart, but will he lose the quill to live?
The Black Arms are a race of alien creatures from the Sonic universe known for their violent hive mind behavior. The race was created and led by the being known as Black Doom, who travels across the space aboard the Black Comet, a massive comet that gets close to Earth every 50 years. This comet appears to be alive or even techno-organic in nature. It almost resembles the body of a living organism with pulsating growths and even tentacles, organs, and throat-like halls. Not a very child-friendly environment if you ask us, but a wild realm of possibilities for a power-hungry technophile as Dr. Robotnik. The evil overlord Black Doom is the only Black Arm with the ability to speak the human language. He's an awful-looking thing composed by 3 eyes and no lower torso, who floats above the ground and wears a cloak. In the past, he assisted the Professor Gerald Robotnik on creating Shadow the Hedgehog by using a sample of his own blood. This Malva entity has lived for more than 2,000 years and planned to destroy humanity and turn it into a source of substance for Black Arms, since he believes this is a better use for all humankind. A real charmer, huh?
Master Emerald.
With it, a single warrior could defeat entire armies.
Now, with this weird and convoluted background, we can start digging on the surface of this anthropomorphic hedgehog Black Arms hybrid artificially created by Professor Gerald Robotnik. He resembles Sonic in many ways, and his alliance is somewhat unstable since he serves as an occasional rival, but also as an occasional ally. The idea behind Shadow's creation was to obtain the ultimate life form using Black Doom's DNA in Project Shadow. Robotnik wanted to develop a way to treat incurable deadly illnesses specifically motivated by his granddaughter Maria Robotnik, who suffered from a terrible incurable disease called neuroimmune deficiency syndrome. But Shadow the Hedgehog was eventually captured after his birth and indefinitely put into stasis by Gunn, as they saw him as a threat for humanity. In the video game's storyline, Dr. Eggman releases him in order to enlist him in a new world domination scheme. But after a long and complex story of twists and detours, he ends up allying with Sonic and the others to save the world and protect it from the Black Arms invasion. Shadow has a lot of personality. He's always on edge, always serious and sharp-witted, and he feels he has a strong sense of purpose, always ready to reach his goals by all means necessary. And as we said before, he sports the same abilities Sonic has, but he can go even beyond them by his use of Chaos Control, which allows him to handle the power from the Chaos Emeralds in ways Sonic could only dream of.
I assure you, Sonic, I'm no imposter. I possess far too much power to be anything but the real thing.
The apparition of Shadow the Hedgehog could lead to the event known as the Black Arms invasion. You see, in video games, Project Shadow was conducted over 50 years before the events of the Black Arm invasion of Earth. And you remember that the people from Gunn said in Sonic 2's post-credit scene, right? A file buried deep in our system and dating back over 50 years. Did you see the connection? If we put the pieces together, according to the Black Arm story, the infamous Black Comet gets close to Earth every 15 years. So the timeline checks out. If this was started 50 years ago, maybe the Black Comet was here before, and that's when Professor Robotnik obtained Black Doom's blood sample to create Shadow the Hedgehog. This establishes the foundation for a big third installment of the franchise, packed with lots of new concepts, characters, and worlds, and creates a plot where the antagonists really put the whole planet and the human race at stake. This Black Arms invasion is an event in which beings of his race destroyed everything in their way, attacking humanity in their search for Chaos Emeralds. And who are the new guardians of the Chaos Emeralds? Exactly, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. So we have the direct opposition set up. Maybe in the beginning of such a planetary scale event, Shadow and Sonic will clash, but they'll have to unite forces eventually. This is what happens in the Sonic video games, since Shadow, Sonic, his friends, the military organization Gunn, and even the very Dr. Eggman are forced to create a temporary alliance in order to defeat Black Doom and the Black Arms. Of course, Eggman is only interested in helping because he wants to conquer the world, and if Black Arms destroys it, he wouldn't have anything to conquer. Also, in the video games, the player can choose between Shadow the Hedgehog and going through different paths with him, whether deciding to help the Black Arms with their invasion of Earth, or defending the Earth along with Sonic and Knuckles, Tails, and the other characters. As you see, all major pieces are put together in this intergalactic puzzle to create a big and complex story that could cement the Sonic trilogy as a success or bury it as a disaster if they don't manage it carefully. We'll have to wait for the release of Sonic 3 to come at some point in 2024, as revealed by Sonic screenwriters Pat Casey and Josh Miller at the KCC Comic-Con in 2022. What do you think about Sonic 2's post-credit scene? Are you aware of Shadow the Hedgehog's existence? What theories do you have about Shadow's role in the third movie? What do you think of the complex story and the world building behind Shadow? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications by hitting that little bell if you want to keep receiving awesome content like this.
Nailed it.
This guy is always trying to spoil a bad thing.